It's still torturing you guys.
No, it's not. It's blissful. Thank you, God, for this. Please go ahead,
Yeah.
Shiz.
Uh, First of all, happy
Happy
New
New
Year,
Year, love.
everyone. The story that I'm going to share today, it's from a personal experience, and this happened in 2018. I want to say, yeah, 2018. So we were on this giant family trip. We'd all gone to Canada for a cousin's wedding, and since we had a couple of days in between that, that didn't really have any wedding festivities, like, we figured we'd just do a day trip to Niagara and then probably stay one night there if possible and stuff like that. And this happened to be on one of their they have like one of these mandatory holidays over there during one of the weekends, some kind of labor holiday. So this was around then. And like, since it was a pretty large group right in the middle of their summer and stuff, like, it was virtually impossible to find accommodation anywhere at such short notice. And like, we tried looking for accommodation on the Canadian side of Niagara, then we tried looking at the US side of Niagara, and then finally, like, we found this one property which was like, so this was an Airbnb. So we found this one property which had, like, I think 9 or 11 bedrooms or something, and it was quite reasonably priced. And like, I mean, it was available more than anything else. It was available for our dates, which was quite surprising. And like, especially since it was such a last minute booking and stuff. And so, yeah, I mean, we had like a great family day at Niagara. And then, like, towards like just after sunset, we headed to this Airbnb, and we all reached there in different groups because I think the parents reached there first, and then a bunch of us reached there, and then like, yeah, I think about three different sets of people reached there at different times, and all of us have had just some very weird experiences at this place. So first off, like, it was in the shadiest of shady neighborhoods. Like, you do not want to be sitting and everything. And like, it was a self check-in, like they had a number lock and whatever. We checked in. um no direct connect with the host and stuff like that. And the minute you step into the front hall, the foyer, like, it was like those very typical old Victorian haunted house kind of vibes. Like, you step in, the floorboards are creaking, there's like one fuck all chandelier over there with like crazy spider webs and everything, and like, it's just got a whole eerie vibe. And then we walk into the, like, they had like a crazy setup where, like, the dining room was accessible like from two different sides of the room, and then behind that there was a hall, and like, there's too many different corridors and things for you to actually navigate around and say, like, okay, yeah, this is the end of the house. So there was this one painting in the dining room which was creeping the hell out of all of us, and none of us knew why. Okay, like, it was just one of those very creepy, it looks like it's sort of watching you wherever you go kind of paintings and stuff, and like, all of us were just subconsciously steering clear of it. And just behind that painting was this one bedroom where, like, that was the only bedroom which was on the ground floor. So for some reason, like, my aunt walked past it, and she just flipped. She's just like, nobody's sleeping in this room, I don't care. And we're like, okay, cool, I mean, there are enough rooms in the house for us to share, so like, no one's really psyching out. But she just went on this crazy flip out trip, and we just ignore that, whatever. We all go up to the first floor and everything. And so there was like a common bathroom at the end of the first floor. Like, there were, I think, about three wash basins and then three shower cubicles. And the crazy thing is, like, when you're standing outside the bathroom, you can't hear anybody inside. And when you're standing inside the bathroom, you can't hear anybody outside. But from both sides, you can hear water flowing. And it was just crazy because, like, this one, like, my cousin went in for a shower over there, and she locked the main door of that common bathroom. We've been screaming her name, like, literally screaming bloody murder. She's not heard a word of what we've been calling out to her. So it's like like, I think about an hour later, something like that, I went in to take a shower. I've been screaming my lungs out for someone to get me a towel. Nobody's heard, even though the bedroom is like right next to it. So some weird ass acoustics happening over there. But the whole time you can hear that same water running, but none of the taps are open, none of the showers are running, nothing. You can just hear this constant water running. And it's not even like it's a common drain or something where like from outside the sound is coming. Nothing. Zero. That's the topmost floor. There's nothing above that. Below that, like there's the dining room, whatever that area. So there's no question of water running from anywhere. And then like in our room specifically, I remember so distinctly, we stepped into the room, and I remember switching on the fan. Like it was one of those very old timey switches, like with that little projected knob kind of thing. I myself have switched on the fan, and we've gone to sleep and everything. And then in the middle of the night, it's like blistering hot, and I get up to see like who the hell has switched off the fan. Nobody switched off the fan, but that switch which I used was broken. I'm like, no, there is no way in hell this was broken, because I, with my own eyes, have seen it, with my own hands, have switched it on. It was not broken. It's just been snapped off. And then we're like, okay, that's just weird. And so like I go to open the windows. Like I open the windows, there's like one fucking family of spiders that just comes in out of nowhere. The other window is cracked for some reason, and all these things, like we didn't even notice. Like when we reached there, it's like as the night is progressing, we're noticing more and more creepy things like happen in the middle of the night. And then so there was another bedroom which was on the topmost floor, where my aunt was like that, like it was just above that other weird bedroom where she's like, nobody's sleeping here. And then because like those were the number of rooms, like max number of rooms, she had to end up sleeping over there. And she's just woken up in the middle of the night screaming bloody murder. Like she's just screaming the fuck out of her lungs. None of us knows why, but she's like, we need to get out of here, we just need to get out of here. And like it was so weird because all of us have just been avoiding these particular pockets in the house. None of us knows why, but we just have. It's like your gut is telling you like, danger here, please do not come. And like after my aunt started screaming, we all just like flipped the fuck out, and we've not slept a wink the rest of the night. And next morning we decided, okay, fine, we're gonna clear out of here, like nothing doing, no more staying, no late checkout, none of that business. And like as part of their Airbnb host rules or whatever, like we had to make sure we dispose of the garbage. So like we get all our garbage together, and we're told that the dustbin's in the basement. We go down to the basement. It's fucking broad daylight, okay? You can like, the basement has those ventilators from where the daylight is coming into the basement, but it's still pitch dark. We walk towards the dustbins. There's a fucking gigantic hole in the basement wall leading to nowhere. We like we saw that. We're like, okay, this is definitely not the place for us to hang out. We just dumped our garbage in the middle of the basement, saw that pitch black hole in the wall, and we scooted. And even as we're scooting, like there's this lady who's come to she's come, and she's like, the host has sent me to collect the keys from y'all, and do the housekeeping and all that, and stuff. And I'm like, okay, wait, but I don't remember the host telling me that someone's going to come and collect, because he just told me there's like a number lock situation happening. No need to really interact with anyone. So just on a whim, I happened to take out my phone to call up the host. And the minute she saw me do that, she's like, no, no, it's okay. I'm like, okay, there's some shady shit happening there. And I kid you not, I turned like 2 seconds just to get the key and turn back, and this lady is gone. And I'm like, okay, there is no way in hell a human being has run away like that fast. We need to get the fuck out of here. And then we just scooted. And then I like, once we're back home and everything, like I get the standard mail from Airbnb saying review your stay and all that. And then I'm like, just out of curiosity, let me just go see the reviews of this place. And every single review is just spoken about how, yeah, nice spacious property, value for money, but it spooked the shit out of us. And we're like, okay, should have probably seen that before booking it. No wonder it was available on like a public weekend at such a shit low price. So yeah, now like I have like a standard policy that no matter how last minute you're booking, read the damn reviews. If it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
couldn't relate more, dude. Like legit, if you
Yeah.
find tickets to like a cheap ass hotel, which is legit 5 times cheaper than everything else you can get, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah,
That's
steer
all I'm
clear,
gonna say.
steer like far fucking away from that shit.
Wow, thank you so much for entertaining us with that terrifying story that you just shared, Shifa. I honestly think that was absolutely horrifying. Um, Thank you again for sharing. Kashti, I want to check, is Manish here? Did he finally manage to make time to join the group? So I think I'm almost ready with my piece. I just need to patch a couple of other pointers in my story together before I can share. I just need one more speaker to go ahead and share before I start the story about the ghost of the black water or the haunting of Kala Pani. And I promise you guys, everyone who's joined the room and who's been in the room for the past 45 minutes, I promise you the story I'm about to share is going to be worth the wait. You guys remember the absolutely bone chilling tale of Khalisa Dayan that I shared, the Black Witch that I shared a couple of weeks ago in one of our rooms. I think the replay of that particular story is still available. You guys can go to one of the previous haunting rooms and hear that. Yeah, Kashti, did Manish manage to join?
Dhruvin, he said he won't be able to make it until 12:30.
Okay, no worries. So I think that's 15-20 minutes more. So I guess what Manish can do is he can share after I'm done sharing my story for today. Okay, is there anybody else? I just need one volunteer. I'm almost done patching together all the notes for my story because I don't want to lose flow while I'm narrating. So I'm just trying to patch all the notes together. Is there anybody else who can go ahead and share while I get my thoughts in one place? Anybody would like to share
Yeah,
something?
Children, can I go now?
Yeah, Sona, you wanted to share something, right? Sure. Let's hear from Sona. Also, Imon, my G, do you want to share something with us today?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I think Iman, your audio is a little unclear. Are you using earphones?
Yeah, okay, I'm just
Yeah,
getting.
this is good. This is good. This is good.
I
Yeah, that was
clear?
good. That was good. Yeah, towards the end, that was good, bro. Okay. And Iman, what do you have to share with us, bro? Do you have a story that you want to share, or like, what's your vibe, bro? What do you want to share with us?
Yeah, I got a story.
Okay. So, Sona, please go ahead and share with us, and we'll hear from Iman after or me after, depending on how long Sona's story is. Sona, please go ahead.
I have a very short experience that happened on 31st night. Like
What
it's
the
similar to
fuck?
Shifa's.
Are you serious?
It's similar to Shifa's
You mean like
in the
legit
hotel
3 days
room.
ago? You're saying 3 days ago you
Yeah,
experienced something.
yeah.
That
So
is
it's a very
fucking
short one.
terrible.
It's
Go
very
ahead.
short one. Yeah. So on 31st night, I was staying in Courtyard Marriott, and the party was till 10 only, and you know. So we finished the party. We get back to room, and I did not drink much. So it's just I think only 30 because I recently left drinking, and I thought okay, because it's New Year I should have some little bit but not too much. So I was just that's like nothing to me. So I did not drink much and I was not high at all. So now we go to room. We are sitting, we're watching TV and everything, and we finished everything. Like it's 12, and we did all that celebration, New Year, that this and all bullshit we did, and then we went to bed early. And we are sleeping, me and there were two other friends of mine. We are in the room, we are sleeping. They are all drunk, both of them are drunk, and I'm all in my senses, okay. And there's just two tables next to the bed, right? So in one of the table I have kept my jacket, and the other table I have kept my phone and my watch and everything. So now after some, like, around now 2:30, I guess, at that time suddenly my jacket falls, okay. And the fall was not like if it slipped and fell. If someone takes something and put it down, it was something like that. Like it was like just someone took it and put it down, because there was no way it could fall down, okay. I've kept it in such a way. First that fell, I thought okay, maybe it would have slipped and fell, ignoring all the thing, like how it would have matlab, I did not think that much at that time. After some time, my phone fell, and again the same way my phone fell, and next my watch fell. It's just like all the things are falling. And there's this other, like a table that's inside the room, usually we get on that. I remember my friend's phone was also there, my friend's phone, and he had kept his wallet and everything, and even his things are falling one by one. Everything is falling like from the table. It is so weird at this time. And after, like, I'm ignoring all of this. I thought only I am, I was observing all this, that it's falling and everything. We three of us in the room, I got to know this next day morning. But yeah, at that night, like, all these things are falling, I'm ignoring, I'm just lying on the bed exhausted, I'm ignoring all these things that is happening. After all this falling things and all happen, after some time, that hand shower in the bathroom, I feel someone's picked up that hand shower, and it's like someone picked up and kept it back. Like, I can hear legit somebody's in the bathroom, and nobody's, we three are on the bed, there's no one except for us, and I could legit hear somebody in the bathroom. I just closed my eyes. I'm forcing myself to sleep. I did not get sleep that night. Next day morning, uh I told this to my friends, this is what happened, I experienced all these things. And they were like, even even they could feel something uneasy in the room. And it was very, it also creeped them, because even they felt that someone was like next to them and something like that. Like, I was sleeping the other side and they were on the other side, so even they could feel that somebody was like standing next to them and something like that. So that is what happened with me. And then later on, I contacted one of my friend who works in like the other Marriott. So basically, in this star hotels or any reputed hotels, if like, if somebody dies, okay, like, in the room, like the old people whoever is staying, if they die somehow, heart attack or whatever, they do not tell, like, because everybody would be panicked, they silently clear it off and all that things. So they do not tell, so we do not know which room what disaster or whatever would have happened. So it's very neat and cleanly kept. So that's what I got to know, like, it must have been, somebody would have died in that room or something like that. And so yeah, this is what happened.
Damn, that's a very, very, very terrifying story that you just shared with us. Sona, thank you so much for sharing that. I guess now we just have to hear another story from Iman, after which I'll be sharing the story all of you've been waiting to hear, the story of the ghost of Kala Pani, the haunting of the black waters in the Andaman, the story about the wavering lost spirit or the jinn of uh, many political prisoners who were butchered to death during British Raj era, during the British Raj era prison called the Cellular Prison or the Kalapani Jail in Andaman. Okay. A bunch of amateur filmmakers in 2019 traveled to Port Blair in Andaman to do recce and to scout a bunch of potential locations for a upcoming reality TV show that they were going to direct for Amazon Prime. Okay. And they instead encountered a bunch of malevolent evil entities on this island during their adventure that kind of scarred them forever. Out of the four filmmakers that went, only three of them ever returned back. Okay. Out of the three who returned back, two were permanently disfigured, and one person who survived to tell the story still has psychological scars from that entire incident that I'm going to share with you all right now. Imon, please go ahead and share what you wanted with us, and after you, I'll be sharing my story.
Yeah, Dhruvin, I just want to share this also कि मेरी मतलब I had two stories. One of them is actually also an incident from Andaman too. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
because you have been sharing it from Kala Pani, so वहाँ पे भी एक ऐसा location भी है. Like there is this island where the girls were hanged. मतलब काला पानी में मतलब सेलुलर जेल में लड़कों को रखा जाता था और देयर वाज एन अनदर लोकेशन वहाँ जहाँ पे लड़कियों को
You
मतलब
mean you
फांसी
mean
दी जाती
female political prisoners of India, right? Basically, female political
थी.
prisoners. Correct.
So yeah, so उस लोकेशन में मतलब I'm just going short in this because the story that I'm going to share is a different one. So उस लोकेशन में हुआ ये था कि मेरे कुछ दोस्त लोग गए थे वहां पे कोई एक रात को एक इवेंट होता है मतलब on a full moon night there happens to be an event where the some kind of a sea phenomenon is being taking place. So they were there to take that shot. So उसको shot को लेने गए थे and then they felt something strange. They actually heard many voices, and when they came back they actually researched on that place and then they realized कि उस location में सिर्फ और सिर्फ लड़कियों को फांसी दी जाती थी ये नहीं, they were actually butchered and some kind of like horrific BDSM shit kind of thing used to happen in that
So
location.
basically, some mortifying, egregious, sexual torture was
Yeah,
perpetrated
yeah,
on
yeah,
women.
exactly. That
Basically,
that was,
sexual torture. Understood.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, bro. If you want to go ahead and share a story with us today, since we're doing stories, you can go
yeah,
ahead and
yeah,
share
yeah,
a
sure.
story with us. Imon,
So
go ahead.
this the story is on the location of West Bengal. Like there have been some districts which are very close to the Bangladesh border, and the story revolves around basically three characters. Number one character is Vishnu, the other name is Rajesh, and the other person's name I don't know. Let's just call him anything. Let's just call him Allu for the moment. So the story goes on like this: ki this character Vishnu, he is a new person in this small village which is on the outskirts of India, and just placed very peculiarly on the borderline of Bangladesh and India. And the district is Dokhin Chobis Pargona. So he goes there and he's appointed. The time is 1980s, and he's appointed as a postmaster to that place, or something related to the post office. I don't know the exact job. So he's been appointed there, and he was staying there. And the place where he was staying, the whole villa, it was a whole villa which was like left over after in the 80s. मतलब वो पूरा का पूरा जो विला था वो पूरा का पूरा खाली रह रहा था, तो एंड ही वाज बीन chosen कि हाँ यहाँ पे रह सकते हो. तो ठीक है, then he was staying there. और फिर after some time what happened was कि he was facing some major difficulties. The difficulties such as uh, he was hearing many kind of voices that were coming here from the doors and during the night, and there was a creepy, unearthly silence all over that place, and he was always used to feel something like a something like a heavy weight is upon his shoulders all the time. And one surprising event that used to happen with him every single day is that his tire got punctured while he was going to the post office. His tire got punctured every single fucking day. So that was fucking strange. And because to solve that problem, he went to his local shop of cycles where he used to like, please, ठीक कर दो. And the boy Allu, who used to work there, he was like 14 to 40, 15 years old at that time when he saw Vishnu staying there. And he surprisingly made a very good liking to that guy, and they both became friends very early. And then what Allu said to Vishnu was कि भैया आप वहाँ पे आप कहाँ रह रहे हो? Then he said कि मैं तो उस बंगलो में रह रहा हूँ. तो देन विष्णु को क्यों, क्या हो गया? तो नल्लू सेठ कि भैया वो बंगलो अच्छा नहीं है. वो बंगलो हम लोगों ने कहानियां सुनी है कि वहां पे पहले जो लोग रहते थे 1970s के टाइम पे जब वॉर चल रहा था, देन सम पीपल एक्चुअली केम इन एंड लाइक दे वर किल्ड, एंड दे वर लाइक उनका कोई क्रियाक्रम भी हम लोग कर नहीं पाए थे. वी जस्ट डम्प्ड द बॉडीज एट सम प्लेस एंड देन वी जस्ट बर्न. The situation was so horrifying in this area, in this village. तो आप वहां पे ना ही रहो तो अच्छा ही रहेगा. तो when he actually told him कि आप वहां पे ना रहो, you don't stay there, this the impact from Vishnu's side was also very strange. There was a strange look on his face, like why are you saying these things? Who the fuck are you to say me कि मैं यहाँ पे रहूंगा या नहीं रहूंगा? You do your job. You are a fucking little guy who's been appointed here to serve and to fix the cycles. Don't be a judge of the place. मैं जहाँ पे हूँ मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ. And then he went away. तो धीरे धीरे और भी strange things started to happen with Vishnu. Like the people who were observing him, according to the observers, he was becoming very मतलब fickle minded. He was getting his body was continuously getting deteriorated. Like there was only a skin on his bones. The person who came in used to be very healthy, according to the people. He was like very good. He was in good shape, and then by the days were going on, he was getting very thin and thin, thin and thin. So that was a very strange. And he had black eyes, and he's there was like a peculiar black spot, like उसके मुंह पे एक परछाई छा रखी थी हर टाइम पे, काली कलर की, and which and he also used to smell bad, and he used to eat meat for every single day, and he used to eat meat a lot, like हर रोज वो chicken या meat खाया करता था. They used to eat a lot, like every single day at that time, 1980s, they, according to the people, he used to eat like 500 grams of meat every single day. So that was kind of strange because he was thin and he's taking in the meat, and the bones are just outside of his house. And one more thing, that in his house there were absolutely no rodents. मतलब कोई मच्छर भी नहीं था, मतलब ऐसा कुछ मच्छर या फिर no mouse was there in his house. So the days were going on, और फिर steadily after 6 or 7 months the event happened, and Vishnu died. Vishnu died in that house. And when the people actually came in to see, to find the body, they found a strange smile on his face, which was the strangest thing ever. Like after a person dies, how can there be a smile on someone's face, right? So उसके बाद 1980s के बाद 1985 या 87 के आसपास और एक बंदा आता है, and his name is Rajesh. Now Rajesh is a Bihari, and he has come from Bihar to that place because वहाँ पे कुछ कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम चल रहा होता है. वहाँ पे कोई एक कंपनी ने कोई एक जूट की फैक्ट्री लगा रखी होती है, तो वहाँ पे जूट के फैक्ट्री में काम करने के लिए he had come from Bihar to there, and he was finding a place to stay. And because he was not quite comfortable with the food given by the company, so he decided कि वो खुद का खाना खुद बनाएगा, and he will not be staying with any of his acquaintances. So he decided to choose that particular place. Now Rajesh was also staying there, and the same thing was getting repeated by Rajesh also. And this time, not only Allu, but with Allu, many other people who knew Rajesh, like the local shopkeepers and everyone, they were informing him not to stay there, not to stay there. And every time the same response was again coming up from Rajesh's side, that कि नहीं, मेरे को रहना है, मेरे को रहना है, मेरे को रहना है, और मेरे को यहाँ पे अच्छा लग रहा है, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी गुड, एवरीथिंग इज वेरी फाइन, इतना अच्छा घर, इतना अच्छा माहौल मेरे को कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, आप सभी लोग अपना काम संभालो, हमारे सब, मेरे को इसमें डिस्टर्ब ना करो. तो and very soon he we heard the rumors कि राजेश के साथ उसकी बीवी का भी डिवोर्स हो गया. एंड डिवोर्स मतलब बीवी के साथ उसका बातचीत बंद हो गया, एंड ही स्टेइंग अवे फ्रॉम हिज वाइफ आल्सो, एंड ही हैड अ वेरी स्मॉल डॉटर एट दैट टाइम. सो व्हेन ही वाज स्टेइंग देयर, और उसके बाद द सेम इवेंट अगेन रिपीटेड इटसेल्फ, he died, and he died with a smile on his face. Now when this time the police came, and the police came in by force because two people dying at the same house with the same structure is kind of very strange and haunting for sometimes. तो वो लोग अंदर आए, और अंदर आने के बाद they searched the whole area कि अगर हमको कुछ मिल जाए. तो फिर ऐसे then they searched a lot, and then they found a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper it was written that I am very good, I am in a company of very good friends, I am in a company of a man who takes very good care of me. Each and every day he goes out and he works very hard for his family. And then there is his wife, my Bodhi, my Bhabi, and she is also a very loving person. She cooks for me every single day. I don't have to think about the cooking also. And I am very good with this people's daughter, who is very small. She's always immersed herself in reading, and she wants to become a doctor in her life. And I am also very good with the little most character of this family, which is the smallest kid, and he's very naughty. And there is also another guy whose name is Vishnu. He says that he's been living with this family for more than 5 years, and now they have a very good bonding. I believe that this is the best place that I have found for myself, and I believe I want to stay here for the rest of my life. So अभी भी वो घर खाली पड़ा है. Nobody goes there.
Damn.
Yeah, nobody goes there. Nobody actually मतलब वहां पे कोई एक, हम लोग बंगाली में ईदुर कहते हैं, माउस. There is no mouse at that place. और वहां पे इतनी आसपास में पूरा का पूरा एरिया जंगल हो रखा है. Nobody actually even speaks कि वहां पे आके जाके कोई अंदर जाएगा, या मतलब वहां पे जाके कोई सट्टाबाजी करेगा या आराम से बैठ के कोई दारू वाड़ू भी पिएगा, उसका भी कोई चांस नहीं है. The whole place is now rotting down, and this is actually a real house. I have also the pictures of that place. Thank you.